what this student creed is all about is just telling you basically what a true martial artist should live up to and the type of attitude they should have in their day-to-day lives. And I just want you to understand you're not pledging allegiance to any religion or figure or country or anything like this. This is just something that someone involved in martial arts should live up to so that they don't give the art a bad name, because, we've got all kinds of people out there that go out and learn martial arts for the wrong reasons. But with our program, we're hoping that you can actually get something positive out of it, and more than just the punching and kicking. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the student creed, break it down verse by verse. There's 3 verses. For those who don't maybe understand it completely like you should, I'm going to go through, maybe give you a little bit better understanding of maybe what this means or what that means. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, everyone. Student creed, number 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the verse, and you just follow along with me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in behind that and try to explain a little bit to you in case you may be a little lost about what the meaning of it actually is. All right, student creed, number 1. I intend to develop myself in a positive manner and to avoid anything that will reduce my mental growth or my physical health. Basically, what student creed number 1 is saying is just to stay away from the negative things in life. Like, I can make just a number of things here, but the main things that stuck out of my mind are drugs. Make sure you guys stay away from those drugs. Stay away from negative activities. Anybody can just go, probably click over on your TV right now and just look at the news and just see all the negative activities people are getting themselves into. So just watch yourself on those type of things. And one real big thing is to stay away from the wrong type of friends when you guys are growing up. If you may be young watching this, and even older people, when you're growing up, make sure you choose the right type of friends, because you've got 2 types of people, I think. You've got the type of people that will break you down, and you have the type of people that will lift you up. So when you're going through life, just make sure you choose the friends that are on the right path in life. You don't want to be around maybe someone that's into all kinds of negative activities like drugs and, just stealing. And I could just make a number of things here. But when you're growing up, make sure you choose the right type of friends, because I've had a lot of good friends over the years that have, got off with these other guys over here and got in all this kind of stuff, and it just totally screwed their life up. And they just had everything going for them and just threw it all away by just choosing the wrong types of friends. So with that being said, just let me get into some other things here. One thing for you young people, alcohol. If you're underage, make sure you guys stay away from it, even though I know some people may laugh at this, but it's not always cool to, get just drunk and obliterated. I don't see what the fun in that is. So if you're underage, just make sure you're not drinking to fit in with someone. If you're having to drink and do drugs and smoke and those kind of things to fit in with the type of person you want to hang around, you're hanging around the wrong type of people. So even though the type of people that don't do those type of things may be, quote, uncool, but just let me tell you, you're going to be glad later on in life, I can guarantee you that you chose not to do those type of things. Because with this student creed, what we're trying to do is we're trying to give you a little guidance into the right direction. Maybe if you don't have any, hopefully this will give you just a little insight on the right and wrong things in life to do. Now, I'm not saying alcohol is totally 100% bad. I'm just saying know your limits. If you're of age and you're into all this, getting wasted every weekend and getting drunk and not remembering what you've done, I don't see the fun in that. I'm 26, and I can honestly say I have never been drunk. Alcohol just never has appealed to me, and I urge you, if it has not appealed to you, don't start. There's been so many lives ruined because of people taking it way past the limits when it comes to alcohol. You see all kinds of horror stories where they're drunk drivers and all that kind of thing. So it's meant to be enjoyed. Make sure, if you're having one with your meal every night, I don't see anything wrong with that, but just drinking to get drunk, I don't see the fun in that. Moving along, let's see, we got smoking. Now, I'm not trying to put anyone down. I'm not saying not to do this if you're already doing it. Smoking is bad. I don't think anyone will tell you a positive story about smoking. There's just all kinds of negative things with it. Now, if you're smoking, I urge you, please try to stop. There's nothing good about it. I think it's what is it? Every cigarette takes off 15 seconds of your life. I mean, that is just something I don't even want to be a part of. I want to live as long as I can. But do yourself a favor. If you're not smoking, don't start, especially if you're young. Don't, like I said, don't do it just to fit in or be cool. Just, especially for your wallet, do it a favor and stop financing an early death. I mean, because how much is a pack of cigarettes? I don't even know how much a pack of cigarettes cost, but just stay away from the negative things like that could cause you some problems later on down the road. Student creed number 2. I intend to develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others. Okay, number 2. This one's the shortest one, of course, but we're going to get into it just a little bit. There's not much depth I can get into this one because of the size of this verse. But with this one, we got self-discipline. We're just going to try to develop you some self-discipline and some self-control that comes along with that. And hopefully through our program, we will bring out the best in myself and others, or you can say that yourself and others. But with martial arts, we want to make sure that you develop a self-image that is positive. We don't want you to have a negative one, of course. So through martial arts, we're hoping that you will gain skills, not only physical, but mental ones, I guess you could say, like having courtesy and respect for other people, that hopefully others will see those positive traits in you and you'll rub off those good traits on them. And that's what that is saying right there, the best in myself and others. So martial arts just isn't all about you. It's about having others see you as maybe like, hey, that guy is different from all the other people. I want some of what he's got or what she's got. So hopefully this program here we have online for you will just make you have that, I guess you would say, aura, that you would just stand out from other people. And because it's okay to stand out in a positive way. There's so many people that stand out in a negative way that we could just pop off the top of our heads. So hopefully we'll be one of those good people that stand out. Student creed number 3. I intend to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively to help myself and others, and to never be abusive or offensive. What we're getting into here is whatever you learn in our program or in any other martial arts situation or environment, make sure when you're going through the program and you're learning all these new technique and ways of defending yourself, make sure you're learning them for the right reasons, and you're be humble with what you have learned. Don't be one of these people that go out and showing off and, kicking things where they work and things like that. Or if you're at school bullying people. Any parent could tell you they hate hearing that their kid has been bullied by someone, especially someone that's been in martial arts. If you're in martial arts and you're bullying people around, you do not deserve to hold a rank of any color. So with this first part, it's just basically telling you when you learn martial arts, any type, especially with our program online, make sure you use it only when you absolutely have to use it. And when I say that, what I mean by that is when you're in a situation that you see yourself that you may be having to use what you've learned, and you've run all your options out. You've tried to talk your way out. You've tried to run away if you could, and you could not get away. Or just any other type of thing that you've tried to do to get out of this situation. Only then should you use martial arts as a self-defense measure. But if you're out here bullying people and just showing off, you're giving the art a bad name. So please try to stay away from those kind of actions. And the second part of this student creed number 3 is just basically saying, if you ever need help, if you're in a situation where you may be, hopefully nobody's addicted to any type of drug or activity or anything like that may be bringing you down. If you're needing help in something, especially you young kids, I know how when you get to a certain age, you're not as open to your parents about things that may be bothering you and that type of thing. But I just urge you, if you have something in your life that's bringing you down or causing you trouble that maybe nobody knows about except for you, make sure you get rid of that pride and just tell someone that you trust. Maybe if it's not a parent, maybe if it's a uncle or aunt or someone like that. Just make sure you tell them so they can give you help. And if you see someone else, also on the second part, when it says myself and others, make sure if you see someone else that's just in need. I mean, there's just so many people I've seen on the news, someone gets hit by a car, and there's 20 people on the sidewalk, and they act like nothing ever happened. And it just blows my mind. I mean, I know there's a moment of shock, but I mean, after a couple seconds, someone should help them out. And I mean, I just see these videos of people getting hit by cars and just all kinds of other things, and people just stand around like nothing ever happened. I mean, people like that, I mean, I just can't understand the frame of mind people like that are in. But also, this last part here, it says never be abusive or offensive. And that's meaning, I mean, you're going to learn some technique that could actually, I mean, they could really hurt someone bad or even kill them. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Some of these techniques are deadly. I mean, it's a combat. I mean, it was used in combat. I mean, it's just, it can be very deadly. I'm just trying to nail that into all the young folks. It's just to be cautious with what you learn. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying, just make sure you use it in the right manner. Don't be abusive and everything. Just like I said in the first part, just use it for self-defense. And along with those things comes, I mean, you've got the physical part, you've got the hitting and everything, which can be covered by abusive or offensive. But also, watch what you say. The thing, what is it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I am sure if you're old enough, we can have a show of hands that, I mean, I would rather be beaten with any type of object than have someone just say something, cruel to me. I know there's different levels of cruelty and things that people can take, but I'd rather be beaten all day with something than have someone just tell me off on just anything that's sensitive, any sensitive subject to me. So make sure you watch your tongue, watch what you say to people. I mean, you can be 100 times more abusive with that tongue than you can be with your hands or feet.